This is Matrix Lord 212, and this is my 450th video. And I'm going to be talking about a lot of different things with this one. To start, Stephen Moffat has recently stated that the script is not written for the Christmas special for Series 7. Now, the Series 7 Christmas special is the debut. Well, not supposed to be the first episode that we get to see Jenna Louise Coleman's character, which they're dubbing Clara. Now, one thing I don't understand is, yes, I know that they film in all different order. Like, in other words, they'll be filming episodes 12, then episodes 3. But the problem is that I have is that if you didn't even write the main character, the companion's backstory or her character, how could you make episodes after that? And I'm very curious, as to, what I'm starting to think is that because there's no story arc, that they could be filming Series 8 and Series 7 simultaneously, because that would make it very easy to do standalone episodes. So maybe that's why it's so easy to do, the companion, doing the season finale, and then next thing you're doing her first episode. So, I really don't, we really don't know nothing about this character. Like, I speculated, okay, you know what, for the 50th anniversary, maybe they'll just make it that the companion is the granddaughter, the great-granddaughter, the daughter, whatever, of Ian and Barbara Chesterton. Now, people are like, oh, no, it has to be the granddaughter or the great-granddaughter. Well, he's a time traveler, so he could travel back in time to the 70s or 80s and pick up their, it could be, he could bump into them that way. It doesn't have to necessarily be the great-granddaughter or the granddaughter. It could be the daughter of Ian or Barbara Chesterton, but it was just thrown out there like speculation. It could be anybody. Someone said the rumor that the companion was Susan Tyler, which, that the floodgates opened with that one, because it's like, okay, Rose Tyler, the human doctor, but we really don't know nothing about this new companion. Another thing that I find very interesting is that it is said on these websites that the doctor can't handle, like, the departure of Amy and Rory so much that he has to change his entire wardrobe with the exception of the bow tie. Now, are we going to see the doctor flip out because maybe Amy and Rory do die, and he just takes it personally, and this is the start of the birth of the Valyard, okay, the evil manifestation of the Doctor. This is the start. Now, Stephen Moffat's a Doctor Who fan since he was a kid. He knows all the story about the Valyard being the future incarnation of the Doctor, somewhere between his 12th and final incarnation. And he took himself on trial of the Time Lord. It was like the last Doctor versus the sixth Doctor, and he tried to take his regenerations. So where that was left off was that the 12th Doctor, well, whatever, I don't know if it's the 12th or 13th, whatever it is, a future Doctor is evil, and he is left alive at the end of the trial of Time Lord in Gallifrey as the keeper of the Matrix of Gallifrey. So, who's to say that he could have orchestrated this whole thing with the Time War or saved the Daleks by opening up the time lock for Dalek Khan to come through? I mean, there's a lot of speculation here, which could be a big thing for the 50th anniversary. Okay, so, just like the God Complex, the Doctor saw his room, and he saw inside the TARDIS and the cloister bell going off. Now, what could be his worst fear? His worst fear, I would say, is becoming the Valyard, becoming pure evil, and nobody could stop him, and the TARDIS is scared. And the cloister bell goes off, and then boom, there's nobody to stop the Doctor from destroying the universe, as they stated in the Pandorica Opens. So it could be at some point in time the Doctor will become evil. That part has not changed. So this could be the beginning stages. If he loses the companions of Amy and Rory to death, it could hit so close to home that it does something to him mentally to start making him go insane. He starts wearing darker clothing. He starts, it could be. I'm not saying it definitely is going to be, but it could be the beginnings. I mean, it basically, we've probably seen the beginnings in the Dream Lord episode, because maybe before he was the Value Lord, he was the Dream Lord. Maybe he regenerated into that form. I mean, you know, people are going to be like, oh, why are you saying such things? It was just pollen that, you know, gave form to, you know, Dream Lord. Well, guess what? He expelled the pollen out of the TARDIS, and guess what? The Dream Lord was still his reflection on the console of the TARDIS. So obviously, you know, he's still there. Whether he's inside the Doctor or, you know, he's in the TARDIS, he's still there. Okay, so you know, the Dream Lord will return at some point in time, I believe. The Valuard will come into play at some point in time, and maybe the Valuard is the big baddie for the 50th anniversary. Maybe the Valyard is the big fish of Series 5, Series 6, Series 7. You know, maybe he's been trying to save Amy and Rory Pond. I don't know. But I don't know, for some reason also I do feel that we will see Amy and Rory again. I don't know why. I mean, I would think they would be part of the Fall of the 11th. You know, and then Stephen Moffat also stated that every time the Doctor sees Amy and Rory, they'll be a little older, or they'll be different, you know. So, I mean, maybe it could be, you know, because Stephen Moffat lies, the Doctor lies. This could be a big sham, because maybe there will be a D-season cliffhanger. You know, maybe they already filmed it already. You know, it's like, I mean, they filmed their parts. So we really don't know. We don't really know. I mean, as much as information they put on the internet, we don't know jack. I mean, you know, Kate Stewart, is she Brigadier's daughter, granddaughter? You know, Clara, is that really her name, or did you know, they just throw it out there? I mean, you know, it's from a reliable source, as Dr. Freedom says, but you know, like you said, we're not 100% certain, so I don't know. Even if she's a daughter of a companion or a granddaughter, I mean, she could be anybody. She could be a robot. I mean, I don't know, but the series is going to springboard in a different direction. It's going to be exciting and new and fresh. So I'm thinking, you know, and I'm really thinking that the Valyard future is going to come into play. I think so. It's going to be tied with the Time Lords. It's going to be tied with the Master, you know, and going back to all the Daleks appearing in that episode, it could be River Song's message that she sent all throughout time and outside of time, that the Daleks heard that message that the Doctor was dying, and they all returned to Earth. So don't forget that the Time Lords, well, you know, they have traveled beyond the universe. They have traveled to the void. They have traveled to, you know, sideways of time and beyond the universe. So you can better believe that the Daleks have been traveling. I mean, the Daleks are already in the void in Doomsday, you know, so they have traveled beyond the universe as well. So there are Daleks out there. They're in other universes, or just parts of space that's beyond the universe. So it leads to very, very, you know, a lot of speculation. You know, I do believe that, I mean, I've always felt that Omega was behind Series 5, 6, 7. Even I just described now, showed the videos with the Omega symbols. Dr. Freedom believes that Omega is symbols. That's Omega symbols. I do think Omega is going to return. You know, and, you know, Dr. Freedom also believed that the Silence were created by Omega, which, you know, it's a probably massive possibility. And if you go back to the Three Doctors episode, could you hear the bird tweets? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The bird tweets kind of signified like Omega is coming. So, you know, all you have to do is watch that classic old episode, and it's like all there. You got the dream aspect where, you know, Omega was kind of like the head of his own realm, like the dream realm. Also, he had the Doctor fight this creature. I mean, you know, there's so much. I mean, he could be behind the Dream Lord, Omega. So, you know, this is a long video, but this is the 450th video, and I wanted it to be special. And I think that the only thing I'm concerned with Doctor Who is that we do lose a season. Now, I'm hoping and praying that they are filming Series 7 and 8 simultaneously, where it leads into the anniversary, and we have no idea. Like, we think they're filming episode 12, but it could be Series 8, episode 12. I'm hoping and praying, because that would be the only thing I can think of why there wouldn't be a story arc, because you would be able to film Series 7 and 8 without having to run into continuity. I can't say the word continuity. You would not run into continuity errors, you know, because of the storyline. So as long as we know that the companion will be there for 2 seasons, you know, series, whatever. But I do believe that, you know, we will see the return of the Ronnie as well. You know, and I was always hopeful that, you know, I made videos about it in the past, but, you know, who knows? Why not throw in companions and stuff, too? I mean, you know, in the next generation, they did that with Russell T. Davis and Sarah Jane Smith Adventures, where the 11th Doctor was encountering Jo Grant and her grandson, I think. So, I mean, let's see some offspring of the companions, I think. That would be a refreshing change, too. But this new outfit, I have to really look at about the Doctor, like what he's wearing and, you know, how it ties in with everything. But I also have a feeling that, you know, Canton Delaware III is going to return. I stated this in another video. I just have a feeling they're going to have President Nixon and Canton Delaware III and the Cybermen. I just see it. I don't know why. I think the Cybermen are going to be in Series 7. They're making new toys to do with the Daleks and Cybermen for, you know, I mean, so I would think that the Cybermen are going to be part of it. As far as any other races go, I really don't know. But I do believe, too, that the Master will appear despite what he stated. All right? And that's it for now.